What's up guys, welcome to another patch overview video. It's been a while since I did Mighty Quest videos, mainly because I've been busy with Black Friday and everything leading up to it. So, we're going to go ahead and run through this. Still going to have a light number of videos for the next couple of days just while I start getting caught up on everything. But yeah, let's go over this patch real quick. The Runaway's the free hero for this week, same basic stuff that happens every week. Clans, there's a new feature with clans here. Introducing clans. Users can now create their own clans, invite members to join it. Clans have their own emblem and name. Clan members can ask for free castle validations from other clan members. Clan members can test attack castles of other members in the same clan. Clan has been modified to allow a chat, or chat has been modified to allow a clan-only chat. Clans are not available during the tutorial. Clans member list, which I think is a little bit too small, is set to 30. I wish they could unlock this to at least 100, maybe higher. I'm not going to really do much with clans until they increase that member limit, because I don't want to just have random 30 people that, I have a lot more viewers than 30, right? So if we could get this up even to a couple hundred, it would be okay, and I'd make a clan just for my channel for people who want to join. Go ahead. If anybody who didn't want to, I would just, that's fine as well. Just be a way to network with people that also watch the same stuff and are interested in the same things. Clans now have a crown ranking, clans have a crown ranking which is based on the amount of players in the clan and how many crowns each member has. It's not a straight up addition, but each member contributes to the clan's crown rating based on other members and how many people are in the clan. So it's a pretty cool change, but I think that maybe the member limit needs to be increased. It might be, as they say, it's an alpha version, so there might be more coming with this, hopefully a higher member limit. Improvements, user interface, the leaderboard button has been merged with the crown counter and moved close to the middle of the navigation bar. The bling counter has been moved to the middle of the navigation bar. The feedback, the skill is not ready, will no longer be displayed. Deathbolt tooltip has been improved to remove confusion. So basically it probably just says that it doesn't give that shield anymore. The Runaway's abilities from Armoring Anthem's tree will no longer leave a red trail over the health pool. Basically there's nothing too crazy, just bug fixes for the most part and little improvements for clarity's sake. Some balancing. So Archer's Spiral Shot now correctly grants mid-air immunity. I actually didn't know that it was supposed to grant mid-air immunity. It just seemed like a slightly more vulnerable version of roll, but you have that stun on top of it. So I thought that was kind of okay. I think this is kind of unnecessary. I don't think you need to have mid-air immunity on Spiral Shot, but that's just me. Flameo Wall is basically getting nerfed into the ground right here. So mainly the damage being lowered by 50% is big enough, and then there's just two other small changes that aren't as big. But I think Flameo is probably not going to be all that useful after this. I don't really think, his stun is good, but that's about the only thing that's going to be good now. It was before his stun and his flame breath, if it ended up hitting you, would kill you. But the stun was used to kind of set up archers and stuff like that. So that part can still be used, but the flame breath is going to be really weak. Last week's Wanted Trap, the Burn in Hello, has been removed and replaced by the new creature Cluster Cluck, which we will go ahead and take a look at after we go through everything, which I don't think there's a whole lot else in here. Mainly just bug fixes. I don't know that there's anything super important in here in terms of balance to the game, so we're not going to worry about it. Let's just jump into the castle and go ahead and see what these things do. So I got a bunch of them. They're actually really cheap, so you should at least get, if you're going to buy them at all, you should get at least one full group of them, just in case you ever want to use them. But they're not that great of units, so we'll go in and go ahead and test them. And you guys can make up your mind for what you think about them, but kind of explain what they do. They take a really long wind-up time. They leave their bombs on the ground for a moment, and then they explode. And that's basically it. Now there's a couple different mechanics going on. The wind-up time is really ridiculously long. The range is okay, but for a 2-point unit, which is what they are, you expect them to do a little bit more damage than what they do. Considering you should always probably use a Devlin in replacement of these guys. It still has the AoE where the Devlin, if it misses you, it'll still have an AoE. It just doesn't take as long for it to explode. The wind-up time isn't nearly as long on a Devlin, and the only thing different is basically once you kill them, they leave an AoE on the ground that you can walk through and take damage. The chickens do. So a couple things that are going on here is when you dodge these things and they hit you afterwards, they do about 60 to 70 damage. Sometimes maybe a little lower, like 50 to 70. When they actually straight up hit you point blank, well, those actually didn't hit me point blank, so let's do this. They hit you for about 250, so you can see after I get hit by all of them, I died instantly. So the damage is quite good if you get hit by all of them point blank, but the wind-up time is so long that most likely you're never going to get hit point blank. The only time I could see this being something that could be useful from like a practical standpoint is using something like a jelly wall plus a dampener to silence. So you're silent and you're slowed, and maybe these guys can actually get their point blank shot off. That's really the only time that I could see these guys being all that useful. So I'll start over again just to show off a little bit more of what they do. Namely, after you kill them, they leave an area of effect on the ground that you can walk through. So I'll test that out. But yeah, you can see it does decent damage if it hits you point blank. If it doesn't hit you point blank, the AoE afterwards, these bombs, they don't do hardly anything. So if you kill them, they will damage your own creatures, and you can see it does quite a bit of damage. They can pretty much kill themselves completely. If you get hit by it, it's about 40 damage per tick. The tick is pretty quickly. It's pretty quick, but it also disappears pretty quick as well. So it's kind of like a good and a bad thing. Like the damage is okay against heroes, but it's also really good against creatures. So creatures are just going to die if you have a bunch of these in the room. That's one problem, as of many that this creature has. The defense point cost is good. The materials that are actually used in crafting it are pretty common, but the damage is lower than a Devlin. And for the extra 1 point for a Devlin is more worth it to use a Devlin in almost every circumstance. So that's pretty much where that's at. Goatmen, Devlin are both better than this creature. I think for a 2-point unit, maybe you can throw it in if you have an extra 2 points. I can't think of a 2-point unit that would be better unless you have, what are they called? The better version of Devlins that take only 2 points. I'm blanking on the name because it's really late right now. But that's pretty much it. I don't think there's a whole lot else to cover in this patch. So I'll try to find time next week to rebuild my castle, although I have no idea what to do with it. It's this guy, though. That's what I was talking about. Merklers. Yeah. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I might try to rebuild. I might not. We'll see. I'll do a bit more of this war of mine, and an evolve video probably on Monday like I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. That's pretty much it, though. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you next time.